Alright, so in the previous video, well, before we even start anything off, I just wanted to simply say I put myself in a new setting because I feel like all my videos are just done in really awkward places where it's easy to focus on the background. So I wanted to make it even more difficult for you to focus on me and put a different background. So that's why I'm in the car. Other than that, my windows are open. Other than that, I actually wanted to talk about my previous video, and there's a car on the side of the road. Oh, someone's getting arrested. Oh no. Oh no, he's not gonna get arrested. Okay, my bad. Yeah. So, in my previous video, I was talking about how Jesus was on the cross, and he actually said, my God, why have you forsaken me?" after he was talking to his mother. Now, if you didn't know, the cross was a very brutal way of being executed. Basically, it was an execution, and it was a way of torture, and it was so gruesome that the Romans did not allow their citizens to get crucified. It was inhumane for an actual Roman. So, Jesus, in order to speak, remember he was lashed and whipped, or he was whipped, or it's called flogged, and it's a verbiage in the Bible. And obviously his back is open and he still has wounds on it. So you have to realize when his feet are together and there's a nail through them, that every time he has to take a breath, he has to push up on his feet to breathe. His body and our body, if you didn't know, your body does not like to die. So it would be easier for you to sit and hang from your hands and try and suffocate, but you would get to a point where you push yourself up to breathe inevitably. It was involuntarily, because your body doesn't want to die. Your body does everything it can to not die most of the time. Now, that being said, right, Jesus is in a very bad spot. He's extremely in pain right now. He is on the cross. He has been flogged, and he's running out of pretty much air. Basically, he's dying of asphyxiation. And within that, he pushes himself up from his feet that have a nail through them, right? He's feeling the pain on his feet, and he says, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And I've heard people use it against him. Well, if Jesus is God, why did he say, my God, my God? And if Jesus is God, why did he say, why did you forsake me? Obviously, God forsook him. Now, those are very good points if you don't understand the Bible. Now, I'm going to share with you why these are good points. Jesus says, my God, my God. He is not speaking about himself at this point. If he is God, that'd be a good point to bring up. But we forget one thing, that Jesus, the entire time of his ministry on this earth, he has pointed strictly back to the Father and strictly back to the truth. And he even said in John 14:6, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light, or the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me. When he was on the cross, he verbatim basically quoted Psalms 22. The first verse in Psalms 22 is, my God, why have you forsaken me? And this is written by David when obviously I think it was Saul that was going after him at the time. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but he had enemies going after him, and at that moment David was obviously talking to God, like, why is this going on? I'm serving you and this is happening. Now, another thing is that same psalm has a prophecy in it. If you didn't know, it told of the future. I think it was 15 through 17. In that psalm, it says that my tongue cleaves to the side of my mouth. I'm thirsty. I have been pierced. They have pierced my side. That psalm was, at the time, crucifixion wasn't a thing. So how was David saying these things about, they pierced my side? I can't verbatim exactly think about what the verse is while I'm driving, trying to pay attention to the road. while I'm looking at the camera, obviously, and you hear my car saying, hey, you're not on the right side, right? But I will put that on the screen, and that is what Jesus was doing. He was pointing back to the fact that he was fulfilling prophecy. He was pointing back to God the Father the entire time. He was pointing back to his ministry the entire time, even while he was dying on the cross. As I said in my last video, he was taking care of others, selfless. He was literally saying to one of his disciples, take care of my mother. Mother, go under my disciple. And now, one of his final words, in one of the short breaths that he has, full of pain and agony, he says, Psalm 22, that refers right back to who he is. Now, one more thing, there's one more thing, and I'm going to show this later on, but there is another view of why he says this. Obviously, this is a song that there's evidence for this. There is no doubt about that he was quoting a song at this point. But another view is more of, hopefully I get this right, but that God was forsaking him at this point because he was the embodiment of sin for us at this very point in time. And there was nothing that could help him at this point. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, if you have a question, DM me or leave it in the comments. I'd rather the DM because it's easier. But shoot it to me and I'll get it straight to you, or I'll get back to you in a video if you want the video response. Thank you. Have a good day.